So, good evening, friends. This is Dr. Vineet Sehgal, and welcome to this session on how to study ophthalmology for the NEET exam and the coming INI CET exam for the AIMS, PGI, and NIMHANS. So, for studying the ophthalmology, what is the main problem or the main misconcept which is there in the children which we see? What they do is they prepare ophthalmology for third year, they prepare the ophthalmology for NEET exam, they prepare different type of ophthalmology for AIMS exam, and they prepare different type of ophthalmology for the PGI or NIMHANS. But what we have seen in last few years and maybe for last 5 years, that there are no particular topics or the pattern they are following, not only in the ophthalmology but in any subject. You see, they tell that you would study for MCQs, they give one liners. They tell that study for the image based questions, they go more for the clinical based question. They tell the study more for the match the columns, they go for the other type of pattern. So one thing that is common in all the exam is that they change the pattern every time. So how would you study for the coming exam? The best thing that you have to do is study comprehensively. So if you study comprehensively, if you study each and every topic in the amount that you need, so this would make you clear all the exams, whether it is an AIMS, whether it is a NEET, whether it is a NEXT, whether it is an FMG. So any exam that you give, you would be able to answer the questions and you would get through. So here what we are seeing in ophthalmology, that there are 10 to 12 questions that are asked in the INI CET exam, that would be asked in the INI CET exam. There are 15 questions approximately that are asked in the NEET PG exams, and around 15 questions are asked in the FMG. So we think that ophthalmology is a short subject, but if you see the number of questions and the difficulty or level of the questions, you think that ophthalmology you have to give at least 5 to 7 days for the initial reading. Okay, so you would be getting some image based questions 100%, you would be getting some one liner questions 100%, but the rank would be decided by the application based questions. So let's say you think about Werner keratoconjunctivitis. You know that a patient of Werner keratoconjunctivitis would come with the ropey discharge, he would come with the giant papilla, but they would ask a question that a 6-year-old patient came to the OPD, he was having giant papilla, he is having ropey discharge, what would be your first line of treatment? Okay, so in one question they have asked about the signs and the symptoms, and they have also asked about the management. So that is very important. Whenever you study a topic, do not study like that you have to clear one exam. Study that now if the topic has been given to you, whether it is a next exam, whether it is an image based question, whether it is for PGI, whether it is for INI-CET or any exam, you should be able to answer that question. Is it clear? Okay, so the next question the student asked me, sir, what is the study material that you have to do? So there is a lot of study material and everything is equally good. So everything maybe that is suitable for me may not be suitable for you. So before starting a study material, before starting something, let's say any notes or book, see yourself. Okay, take a sample from your intern or your senior and see whether they have written something, is it relevant or not, is it to the point, is it 200 pages, is it 400 pages, or is it 600 pages. Let's say you are a post intern student, you cannot give more than 4 to 5 days for a reading. Are you reading a book which has 400 to 600 pages? So the answer is no. But if you are a third year student, you want to go for the maximum, you have to read a book which is more comprehensive. Very important, it has to be updated. So let's say I give you an example. The drug of choice earlier for the primary open angle glaucoma was your beta blocker. Now it has changed. The drug of choice for primary open angle glaucoma is your PG analogs. New drugs have come. They are asking about the new drugs. It should mention the anti-VEGF like Eylea. It should mention the anti-glaucoma medications like rho kinase inhibitors. Very important. And last but not the least is, do that notes, do that book which you can revise. So let's say you have given 400 to 500 pages a one go, but in the end you are not able to basically revise it within 2 to 3 days. So what is the basic purpose of that notes? If you are not able to revise, you would not be able to gain something from it. Okay, so it has to be relevant, it has to be to the point, it has to be updated, and it has to be concise. Then the question asked is, what are the video lectures used? So for ophthalmology, I would recommend that yes, video lectures play an importance, but always remember that what you need in video lecture. Would you like to do each and everything in video lecture? Would you like to see the cornea, the embryology, the retina, and the application based everything in video lectures? Or do you want specific topics? So what my recommendation is to you is, please assess yourself. If you think that I have to basically study ophthalmology from 0 to 100, you have to go for the comprehensive lectures. Let's say you are a post intern, you write it before seeing the topics that sir, I want topic X, topic Y, topic Z, and only those topics you can study from the video lectures. Very important in the video lectures is, if you are seeing the lectures, it has to basically have some application based questions. We have seen in the FMG also, we have seen in the INI in the previous year NEET pattern also, that they are asking more of the clinical based questions. So whatever the teacher basically teaches you, whether it is me, whether it is any teacher, any educator, all the educators are good. Okay, so whomsoever the educator is basically putting in the your lectures, it should be on the clinical base. So what is that? Let's say I say that a 38-year-old male with homocystinemia came to the OPD with tomato splash appearance of the fundus. What is the diagnosis? So see, from the homocystinemia, which is a risk factor, I have told you about the tomato splash appearance, which is the basically the fundus photo, and I have come to the management. So this is the way the video lectures for the interns and post interns have to be made. Then how many days to be given for the ophthalmology reading? So if you are an intern, okay, I would say that for first reading give 7 to 8 days. If you are reading after studying from lectures, you do not have to give 7 to 8 days. 40 to 45 days, 40 to 45 hours are more than sufficient. 4 to 5 days are sufficient for the first reading, but remember, it's not the first reading that is important, it is the revision that is important. Okay, and the first revision, at least for the ophthalmology, should be within 1 month of your first reading. So let's say you have finished ophthalmology by the month of August. So in the month of September, you have to go for the first revision. Those who are the students who are going to give the INI CET exam, remember the second revision is important, and when you are doing second revision, please do 3 previous year question papers of the AIIMS and the NEET exam. Get in touch with your faculty directly with whom you are following. So let's say if I am teaching you about a Brown syndrome, a superior oblique sheath syndrome, and you are not able to answer the question, if I am talking about the Parkes 3-step test, you are not able to understand that, you can be in direct touch with me and ask me, sir, this is the specific problem I am getting, please help me in this. Okay, and what is the last thing that you have to do before going for the exam? Make a folder of the important images, important facts like most common list, so many times asked in the exam, advancements in ophthalmology, anti-VEGF, Rho kinase inhibitors, the epiretinal implants, the Argus implants. So these are the, make a folder, let's say 2 or 3 pages, where you would be having the things that you have to remember before going to exam, 30 minutes before that. Okay, so this is how to basically make the finishing touch with your exam. And please revise images, please revise advancements, please revise your facts, and one thing more is how many grand tests you have to give. So my recommendation is, do not go for too many grand tests, 1 or 2 grand tests, and the last year topics are must to be done before the exam, but don't give too many grand tests, because what it would do is it would decrease the time that you have to give for finishing your syllabus. So this is how is my advice for finishing and for doing the ophthalmology. Any doubts regarding the preparation strategy, you can put it in the comment section. I am Dr. Vineet Sehgal. You can use my code, that is the Dr. Vineet 10, to subscribe for the Unacademy Plus. Let's crack it.